consensus for the development of the country. The majority leader, Osei Chimensa-Bonsu, hinted that the e-levy has already been passed by Parliament as it was contained in the 2020 economic policy of government, stressing that it was encapsulated in the appropriation bill which was unanimously passed by the House.
You have approved of the e-levy. What is outstanding is now to back the e-levy with the enabling legislation. So when you have done all these three and you turn around to say that you're opposed to the bill, it means either you didn't know what you were doing or perhaps you neglected to observe what you needed to have done.
The Chief of Staff, Frema Osei Opare, observed that Ghanaians have been disappointed by the continuous scuffle in Parliament and pledged to facilitate a politically healthy Parliament, which will be the beacon of the sub-region of Africa.
Sat in Parliament with the Right Honourable Abankisfo Sumana Bagbin, and know that with his years of experience in the House, he could bring a lot to bear on the quality of the discourse in Parliament.
She reiterated the need for consensus building, especially by making good use of the Speaker's experience.
277 to a first story. The Chief of Staff, Frema Osei Opare, has reiterated the fact that Ghanaians have been disappointed by the continuous scuffle on the floor of Parliament. She's therefore called for consensus building in the House to move the country forward. She pledged her support to facilitate a politically healthy Parliament, which should be the beacon in the sub-Saharan region.
Program, a capacity-building workshop organized for the Majority Caucus in Parliament and some ministers of state, had the e-levy as a topical issue for discussion. The Deputy Majority Leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, observed that out of the many claims against the e-levy, there were some legitimate concerns that must be addressed, like the waste in the public sector finance system.
Out of the many unfounded claims against the proposed e-levy, there are nonetheless some legitimate concerns that we must work hard to address. I believe the proposed rates and concerns about waste in our public finance system are examples. Thus, here at this retreat, we must resolve to honestly and thoroughly assess the concrete argument for and against the e-levy.
Chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Freddie Blay, advised the Majority Caucus to be less aggressive on.
Now, the minority side of Parliament still maintains the House, and they remain opposed to issues relating to the e-levy, according to Ahmed Ibrahim. The consultation currently ongoing by government and the Ministry of Finance indicates their earlier position that proper planning did not go into drafting of the e-levy. Enough consultation has been done so far as matters relating to the e-levy is concerned. We do have our man on the ground, Abdallah Mohammed. He's currently in Parliament. Shortly, we'll be crossing over to him for an update into what's happening in Parliament today. Remember, we are resuming today, January 25, 2022. We wait to see what happens so far as the e-levy is concerned. Expectations are very high on what's going to happen to the e-levy, right? So we wait to see how things will go so far as this particular bill is concerned. Right, let's now cross over to my colleague Abdallah Mohammed. He's currently in Parliament for an update in relation to Parliament's resumption today and what's really happening there. Hello, Abdallah.
Campaigning relentlessly against the electronic transactions levy. Today they have picketed at the presence of Parliament. This is the second attempt by this particular group to ensure that the House of Legislature disapproves of this controversial levy. I have with me here some leaders of the group. We have Bernard Mona here. Bernard, good morning.
Good morning, Chief.
This is the second time you are attempting to enter the presence of Parliament to ensure that you drum home your concerns about this e-levy. Have you been disallowed entry into the presence of Parliament?
The Ghana Police Service, that is supposed to be responsible for law and order, is beginning to become an institution of disorder. We have notified them in accordance with the Public Order Act. It was not until yesterday after 2 that we received a call for us to come and meet to clarify issues. When we met yesterday, we told them that we were coming, as the letter stated, to occupy Parliament House. Where we are is not Parliament House. This is outside or off Parliament House. Now, as soon as we got here, see, they have blocked the place, and even as we were here, they have sent other police to the other entrances. So through the Council of State entrance and through the Osu exit there. They have sent police officers because they think that we can come through. The police cannot choose to do what they feel it is. What we have notified them of is what they are supposed to embark on. So this attempt by President Akufo-Addo to use the police to muscle citizens' right is not acceptable and will not work. They can choose either to beat us or to kill us. Our spirits will rise and fight for the legitimate cause of ensuring that we, the people of Ghana, continue to have better living conditions. Economic transactions levy, as they put it, which we also know is a pickpocket tax. Pickpocket tax means that you come, the money that is in our pocket, you are coming to steal. So this is a tax, or this is an attempt to steal our little money that we have, even in the face of the excruciating economic order that President Akufo-Addo has led us to. And so we say that no more further hardship on us, and that electronic transactions levy is going to impose unthinkable hardship on the people of Ghana, and therefore don't impose it. Why? The president said that they want to do this in order to redeem or to salvage us. We said we don't want it. Why do you want to impose on us something we say we don't want?
But Bernard, government has explained that the economy has been badly bruised as a result of the ravaging effects of COVID-19. So they've had to give measures to raise money to be able to service infrastructure deficit we are currently facing. Aren't you satisfied with the explanation government has? Is there an
economy without a people? It is the people that combine to make the economy. And so when the citizens cannot feed, when the citizens are hungry, when the citizens' lives have been moved from bad to worse, and you are now coming to add more burden on them, you are not talking about economic recovery. You are talking about...
And the global picture that presents us right now at a global economy that is in recession. Did they reach a conversation to say that the situation of this economy, trying to build back from a recession, require a certain policy position? And those policy positions are almost locked in. You can argue them and see the measures economically, economic policy thinking, that would respond to those. So that you go to the policy and say, well, that policy, this policy, that policy doesn't make sense. It's like treating malaria. There's a general consensus on how you treat it. The difficulty is that you must diagnose that it's malaria, not COVID, acting like malaria. But once we agree that the disease confronting us, given the global picture, is COVID, not malaria, then the treatment is different. So that is where I think we are getting this wrong. Now we're just focusing on the estimates. The estimates don't make sense if you don't understand the policy.
Let's bring you more on the e-levy, as Ahmed Ibrahim says his side of the House still remains opposed to the e-levy. According to him, the consultation currently ongoing by government and the Ministry of Finance indicates their earlier position that proper planning did not go into the drafting of the bill.
State emphatically clear, contrary to the expectation of many Ghanaians, that the almighty controversial e-levy, which introduced fighting, confusion, commotion, chaos situation in our parliament and held the name of Ghana to public ridicule, is not in the business statement or the agenda of this parliament for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If there will be any discussion about e-levy at all, it will be maybe next week. Maybe next week on the principle that the finance ministry and government, including our brothers in majority, have now seen wisdom in the advice that we gave to them. That look, you are passing law for Ghanaians. Go and consult them. Because knowing the law is part of obeying the law. And the law must be reasonable, the law must be all-knowing, the law must be everywhere. So clearly, we gave them that opportunity, broadly consult. They refused. They wanted to force us to pass the law and a certificate of agency, which we said no. So we were not even discussing the law when the fight came. We said, no, this is not an urgent matter. This is a matter that concerns the generality of Ghana, the economic foundation of this country, and therefore Ghanaians must be consulted. They said, no, let's do it on a certificate of agency. We are government for the people, by the people, and of the people. But we are not government by ourselves. Ghanaians put us there. They disagreed. We said we also disagreed. And that is why the fight was there. We went on recess for 1 month, 2 weeks. They refused to call us, to consult us, to invite us. We were to come back today. Today is almost 12 o'clock. They are nowhere to be found. What are we doing? They organized press conferences and attacked the speaker, shifted blame on him. The speaker is also a Ghanaian and the father of the 4th Republican dispensation, the longest serving MP in the country, the man who has been to all the parliamentary offices in this office, sat in both sides, majority, minority, leader minority, leader majority. So he knows all, and he cannot obstruct government business. What the speaker said, well, me, I don't vote, but I think stop the blame game and consult Ghanaians, engage your colleagues on the other side. Understand the numbers and the game. They have listened to that superior argument from the speaker. And now what they are saying is that today, they are consulting minority and majority. Tomorrow, they will consult the National Democratic NDC opposition party. Then consult the New Patriotic Party majority party. Then the following day, they will consult civil society organizations. After that, they will consult the telcos and all other stakeholders. Who gave you this advice? What the MPP has refused to understand is that when it comes to democracy, in this 4th Republican dispensation, your father and your grandfather are chatting. Your grandfather has a...
So the Deputy Minority Whip in Parliament, Ahmed Ibrahim, maintains not enough consultations have been done so far as matters relating to the e-levy is concerned. We'll continue to monitor events in Parliament and update you as the days go by. But the National Democratic Congress says it remains the best option for Ghanaians due to its track record, which is, in its opinion, far supersedes that of the New Patriotic Party. During a town hall meeting earlier today, the leadership of the party challenged the ruling New Patriotic Party to a comparative debate on its achievements in order to enable Ghanaians understand who stands tall. Here are excerpts of the speeches delivered.
The opposition National Democratic Congress on Monday, January 24, 2022, held its town hall meeting at the Great Hall of the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. The party raised questions about the current state of the economy, which, according to them, is the most ailing one since the Fourth Republic, making